later on tonight for the absolute Bantamweight Championship. But right now, we move to another fight also in the Bantamweight division. So these two are going to be battling for contendership and rankings. Kenan Jafarli of Azerbaijan set to take on Intezar Babaniyazov of Turkmenistan. Jafarli has a record of 8-7, and we have seen him before here in EFC. It was a loss the last event, Eagles 8, by TKO in the third round to Denis Polanchika, who we just saw momentarily ago in the main event of the first part, where he captured the vacant interim Bantamweight Championship. So all these guys mixed up in the Bantamweight division. As I said, one of the most heavily saturated divisions in Eagles. So much so is that the competition is so fierce that they've split the championship into two different belts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kenan Jafarli. And now introducing in the cage, the red corner. He's coming from Turkmenistan. Please make some noise for Intezar Babaniyazov.
Well, things are about to get interesting here. The last time we saw Intezar Babaniyazov, the 21-year-old from Turkmenistan by way of Belarus, it was a very, well, let's call it interesting, a little bit controversial fight, actually. Babaniyazov is a very animated, colorful character who was doing everything to his opponent at Mihail Sirbu at EFC 7, including flipping him the bird, sticking his tongue out, making faces at him, taunting him, doing everything possible. And in the beginning, I thought the crowd was going to jump in the cage and kill this guy. But by the end of the fight, Babaniyazov was just so entertaining that the crowd couldn't help but actually love this guy. We take a look at the tail of the tape here. Jafarli, much older, but also shorter as well. As I said, this is a battle for the very, very competitive Bantamweight division rankings, as Jafarli currently ranked 9, and this man, Babaniyazov, currently ranked 10. So obviously the winner is going to move up a few notches here and perhaps work their way into contendership for either one of the two Bantamweight titles currently in existence. Well, Babaniyazov is, he's got some submission victories under his belt. He's got a record of 2-2, and he's a very, very entertaining guy to watch. Let's see what he's made of here tonight.
Step into the cage, Intezar Babaniyazov. And now presenting the blue corner, age at 27, weighing 61 kilograms, height 1.67 meters, having a personal record of 8 wins, 7 losses. He's fighting for MFB Ukraine Ukraine champion. Ladies and gentlemen, coming from Azerbaijan, make some noise for Kenan Jafarli. Presenting the red corner, age at 21, weighing 61 kilograms, height 1.72 meters, having a personal record of 2 wins, 2 losses. He's fighting for Turkmenistan. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Intezar Babaniyazov. This is a bantamweight bout under 61.2 kilogram, 5-minute 3-round MMA rules. Referee in the ring, Alexandru Pegoglu.
You know rules. Protect yourself and listen to my comments. Touch glass. Step back. Time. First round. Fight.
Round one.
And we're off to the races here in round number one. Azerbaijan versus Turkmenistan in Moldova. How's that for an international matchup? Hats off to Eagles for making this matchup. Generally, they try to match up the Moldovan fighters against foreign fighters, kind of test the Moldovans against international competitors, and it's been a philosophy that's been very successful in this country. Wow! Jafarli really had a little bit of extra mustard on that shot. But one thing I do admire is that if you are a foreigner and you are successful, if you can win, they will bring you back. And in the case of both these guys, they lost their last fights here in Eagles. But they bring them back to try to do it again, give them a second chance. So it's good to see that as well.
Action.
Referee calling for action. I think that we are going to see it sooner or later. These guys are just warming up here. And I guarantee that we will see some pretty vicious strikes here thrown as soon as the opportunity presents itself. Both guys a little bit careful here, but you know that the worst is yet to come. This has got to be the calm before the storm. Babaniyazov in the white. He's from Turkmenistan, but currently resides in Belarus. There was a nice right hand by Jafarli from Azerbaijan. Cracking low kick on the outside of the lead leg. Now with two Bantamweight championships, from what I understand, the absolute champion, who is Mihail Sirbu at the moment, he'll be fighting later on in the main event. He does not have to defend that championship every Eagles event. Usually the Eagles events, there's a few months between the events, but the plan for the interim championship seems to be that it will be contended. Oh, wow, nice shot there from Babaniyazov on a more regular basis, perhaps even every event. So whoever is the interim champion will have to defend that championship a lot more regularly than the absolute champion. And the reason for this is just there's so many competitors in here. And it's a very, very cutthroat division with so many good fighters here, both from Moldova and abroad. I don't think that Babaniyazov likes those low kicks very much. Here we go, action up against the cage now. Both guys battling for position underneath. See the cage really bending and giving a little bit here from the pressure of these guys. Really exerting a lot of energy there. It's time slipping away here. Coming up on the 1 minute mark left in the opening round. Both guys a little bit hesitant here in this first round to really engage each other. Oh, and he got clocked. Good shot by Jafarli as he got him with the right hand and temple. Running, spinning back kick that time as Jafarli gives him props. Well, there'll be plenty of time for that later, guys. Jafarli pointing and winking and laughing and all. Last time we saw that from Babaniyazov. Now Jafarli showing his personality a little bit in there. But believe me, these two are playing a very dangerous game in there. Babaniyazov came in and then got peppered with a couple of shots. Closing seconds now. That's it for round one. Touch of gloves, and we are underway in round number 2. Intezar Babaniyazov. That is him in the white trunks. Kenan Jafarli in the darker trunks. And again, both guys kind of playing patty cake in there with their hands. Oh, there's no patty cake there. Babaniyazov is a guy who has fought for many different promotions in Belarus and around other parts of Eastern Europe, as well as here in Moldova. Jafarli is a champion in his country, also a champion in Ukraine as well. So both guys fighting a lot in this part of the world. Not doing a whole lot of fighting, though, in the cage here tonight. Very, very slow pace to this matchup here. Many times just standing right in front of each other, and then every once in a while, you just see a wild shot like that. And here we go. Now they're starting to slug it out. Something's just kind of clicked with these two, and here we go. Big shots by Babaniyazov, really caught him with that left. You can see the body types of these two. Babaniyazov a lot longer and lankier of a fighter, whereas Jafarli a little shorter and stockier. That head kick just narrowly missed. I could feel the breeze on that one way over here. Hard body kicks now by the Belarusian. Another one goes in. Swinging wildly is Jafarli, but just out of range. Both guys getting a good long look at each other. I think they know what's in store should they mix it up like that again. I don't think either guy really wants to lose by knockout here, but that's the look of what's going to happen here. There's long stretches of just like almost daring the other one to mix it up, and then when they really do go at it, things get very dangerous very quickly. 2 minutes now remaining in round number 2. mental game going on here too. It's not like these guys are lazy. They're constantly watching each other very, very closely for the slightest little sign of an opening. Another 30 seconds gone by, and there's a shot. Babaniyazov scrambling. Jafarli jumps him, and now he's got a hold of the head. Tries to uncork a knee. The right hand made some kind of contact. Again, it's a waiting game. It's a cat and mouse game here between these two. Low kick goes in, punch in return simultaneously from the Azerbaijani fighter. Inside a minute now. Nice exchange there. Babaniyazov caught him that time. Big swing and a miss that time from Jafarli. Down to the ground. Babaniyazov trying to unload with an elbow. Ten-second hammer goes down. End of the round with a right hand from the blue corner. FEA President Doran Damir and Pavel Zhuravlev looking on from ringside. Still waiting for that eruption of violence. We saw it a couple times in round number 1, but in the meantime and in between time, it was a long waiting game. Couple of good exchanges from these guys. They tagged each other a couple of times real good. I don't know if you can call either guy the very obvious winner of that round, but well, there we go. FIA girls telling us it's round 3 coming up here. So if somebody's gonna get busy, now's the time to do it.
Round 2.
Well, is it round 2 or 3? We've had round 2 announced, and it says round 3 on the screen. Inside low kick that time. Right hand. Shoots in and grabs the leg. Babaniyazov now has his man against the cage, but he's got a chokehold on, and he's trying to do something about that as he goes down to the ground looking for a takedown. Tries to roll through. Oh, a knee to the head and another one. That is a no-no. That is a no-no here in Eagles Fighting Championships. Knees to the head of a grounded opponent are without a doubt illegal. And Babaniyazov really got his bell rung there. Jafarli was kind of pointing at him and laughing like, what is this guy putting on an acting job? Well, he's got a minute here to compose himself because of that illegal shot. Watch this one. Boom. Oh, no, that one caught him in the arm, but the one before that really did hit him in the head. He's conferring with the judge at ringside, Mariusz Domasat, and we'll see if he's going to be docked a point or not. Yes, 1 point. With those knees to the head of a grounded opponent, a lot of times they'll just forego the warning and they'll just go right to, you know, taking a point away. And here we go. These guys are going to go right to the action here in round number 3. Big shots going in there. Babaniyazov just got clocked with a knee. Both guys swinging for the fences here. This is what this crowd's been waiting for. Babaniyazov has the leg. See if he can finish here. Picks him up, slams him down. Jumps on top here. That's when gravity takes control of your life. Always got to watch the downward elbow strike as well. Babaniyazov now on the ground. We've only seen this very briefly towards the end of the last round, what these guys can do on the ground. Short little elbow there by the man from Turkmenistan. There's another short shot. Ooh, nice kick there that made contact, and he lets him up. Shoots in again now, looking for the legs. Jafarli, he's got that leg locked pretty good there with his arms, but can he finish it? He's digging, looking for the other leg. Got to watch those elbows. Those are 12 to 6 elbows right in the head, and Babaniyazov is just eating those. There's another one. I can see one of the judges at ringside talking to the other judges next to him, motioning with that elbow downwards, saying those are not legal. But the referee in the cage has not said anything yet. Babaniyazov just said something to the guys at ringside in Russian or something. I don't know what it was, but they laughed about it. Even when he's on top, he's joking with the guys at cage side here. He's sneaking over the right leg this time, slowly but surely, and he's made his way over there, and then he moves in the full mount now. 1 minute 30 remaining here, and Babaniyazov has the back. Jafarli blocking the arms. Babaniyazov may persuade him with those punches. Now he's got the right arm in position here. He's working for it. He's got plenty of time to work with here. He's got a body triangle on. And Jafarli is in a little bit of trouble. 1 minute now. Let's see what he can do. You can see him squinting and grimacing in there. Babaniyazov slowly putting that arm in the position. Wrenching back on it, and that's it. Babaniyazov does it. And these people coming out of their seats. Intezar Babaniyazov successful at Eagles 9. Kenan Jafarli still trying to come to terms with what has just transpired inside the cage. Babaniyazov sitting down over there in the corner. Got a big smile on his face. Let's take another look at it. Look at that. Right under the chin, the forearm. That hard bone right on the forearm, just cutting off the air supply, almost beheading Jafarli there as he had the forearm right across the esophagus, crushing his Adam's apple. Let's send it up to Mike Diamonds and make it official.
and gentlemen, the winner is, by a rear naked choke in the second round for Intezar Babaniyazov.
Babaniyazov gets redemption here in EFC. Let's hear what he has to say.
Добрый вечер, Кишинев!